you feel the love to... Oh, hello, and welcome to our Valentine's Day special at From the Top. That's right, I have my red sweater on that only comes out this time of year, and maybe the holidays in December, but we hope that you are all feeling the love tonight, and we have a lot of musical love coming your way. For myself, I got to give a shout out to my beautiful bride, Cara Dugan, who's also an alum of From the Top. Of course, she's my Valentine this year. But if you ask any pianist, deep down, our Valentine is kind of always this beautiful thing right here. The piano will always be near and dear to all of us pianists. And so to celebrate that, we have a very special piano fest tonight. We're bringing 2 piano alums on the show, and you're going to just love them. So get ready for 15-year-old Alyssa Gabrilovich and 16-year-old Kiesse Nanor. They are joining us. Alyssa's coming to us from Villanova, Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia, my hometown. And we also have Kiesse coming to us from Ellicott City, Maryland. Normally she'd be up in New Hampshire, though. She's a student at Phillips Exeter Academy. And they're 2 fantastic pianists. Before we hear their music, I just want to encourage all of you to get into the chat section. Tell us where you're watching from. Let us know how you're enjoying the program. And later on, be sure to participate in the game. And so, without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Alyssa, and we're going to have 2 back-to-back performances. Enjoy. Brava! Beautiful, exciting way to start our program. That was Kiesse Nanor. She's joining us from Ellicott City, Maryland. And before that, we heard from Alyssa Gabrilovich joining us from Villanova, Pennsylvania. Two of our fantastic all-star alums who were on the show recently. In fact, well, let's get into that in a second. First, I want you to tell us, what did we just hear? Alyssa, why don't you go first?
I just played the Egyptian by a French composer, Rameau.
And Kiesse?
I just played Mendelssohn's Rondo Capriccioso, his Opus 14.
I love both of those pieces. You know, both require this incredible amount of finger dexterity. Of course, I know you each have a lot of power when you play too, but I was really taken with the the dexterity that you both have with all of the supple passage work in both of those pieces. As a pianist myself, I'm probably going to nerd out a little bit with you two about your performances throughout the evening, so just be ready for that. This is a rare treat for me to have two pianists on one of our virtual concerts. So I want to find out a little bit about how you both, felt about your experiences on From the Top. You had very different experiences because Kiesse, you were on one of our very last live shows. That was guest hosted by the great piano duo Anderson and Rowe. And then Alyssa, you experienced the blanket fort era post-pandemic. So I thought what might be kind of fun is if each of you ask the other about what your experience was like. So Kiesse, why don't you start by interviewing Alyssa here?
So which piece did you perform for your recording, and what's your favorite thing about that piece, sort of like what makes it the piece for you, I guess?
Ooh, I think I played the Rachmaninoff Etudes. I'm sorry, that was Rachmaninoff Etudes. I think I played two, one in like C major and one in C minor. And I liked them because like one of they both contrast because there's two of them, and one of them is very like very dark kind of, and then one of them is kind of lighter but also has like a deeper darkness to it. So it was like cool kind of like conveying that and playing that. So that's like my favorite part.
You absolutely nailed it on your performance on the radio. And those listening at home, you have to go check both of these artists out, and we'll tell you how in just a second. Alyssa, do you have some questions for Kiesse?
I do. They're so stupid. Like, I just realized that they're stupid, but I can just ask them anyways.
There's no such thing as a stupid question here. This is From the Top. I started off the whole evening by singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" So just
true.
Remember that.
That's true. No offense. I asked, like, if you did it again, would you do it live or online? Because, like, but like, would you do it live or online if you could do it again?
If you had the choice. I love that. I'm curious.
Yeah.
If I had the choice, I would probably do it live again. Just because I feel like there's sort of this energy that comes with having an audience that isn't really the same over Zoom. I mean, obviously, if you're doing your performance over Zoom, you're like in the comfort of your own home, and you have sort of, the environment that you're performing in, and the instrument that you're performing on. But I do feel that something that really helped me when I was recording was the fact that even though it was something that would be recorded and released later, that I still had like the presence of a live audience to sort of give me that energy that I needed to really kick it off. So yeah, I'd probably choose to do it live again, though it would be interesting to do it over Zoom.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some advantages to doing studio work this year. Of course, a lot of our young musicians have been recording at home, but a number of young musicians this year have been recording in professional recording studios, which is also, something exciting and a learning experience. But yeah, there's that energy to being live that I think we are all missing right now. Alyssa, that was not a stupid question at all. What's your next question?
Okay. I was gonna ask, like, if you met, like, any people while doing it. I don't know if that's how that works, but did you, like, meet any new people doing it? Yeah, sorry, another question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, so I had the people, I was sort of in a group with the other people who were on my show. There was a violist, a violinist, and I think a piano duo. So that was really cool. And then we were also kind of grouped in with another show. I think it was show 384. So I was also able to sort of meet and interact with those people. And we had a really good time. We made a group chat at the end of the program, and we still talk from time to time. So yeah.
You all are part of the From the Top family now. Alyssa, even though you haven't met your compatriots from your particular show in person, hopefully you will at some point, and just know that you are definitely 100% part of the family. And we're so happy to have both of you in the family. If you at home have not heard these two yet, please go listen to their shows. You can find them on fromthetop.org, or better yet, subscribe to the From the Top podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and go find their episodes. Let's dive into our next piece. Kiesse, you're going next, I believe, right?
Yes.
What do you have for us?
So what I'll be playing next is a Liszt transcription of a Schubert song, the lyrics which he not stole, but he borrowed from a cycle of poems, German poems. It's called Stenkin. So, yeah.
Great. The beautiful Serenade. Take it away. Wow. The superbly dreamy Ständchen of Schubert, arranged, of course, for the piano by Liszt, and then performed so beautifully by Kiesse Nanor, one of our alums. That was so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Ah, and it was perfect for our Valentine's Day theme too. The Serenade. Lovely. So it's going to be our lightning round now, where we get to know each other all a little bit better. So I'm going to ask short questions, and we're looking for snappy answers. So the first question, I'm going to turn this to Alyssa first. The question is, if your friends or family were to tease you about anything, what would it be?
Either dancing in public or singing a lot.
Also is the singing also in public?
No, just like singing in general. Like I sing all the time. Everyone tells me to shut up. But like dancing in public.
Dancing, I love that. How about you, Kiesse?
Probably being really, really gullible. Yeah.
Did you hear that gullible isn't in the dictionary?
Wow. I would have believed you, except someone's actually used that on me before. And I did
Dang.
fall for it the first time. So.
Oh, you did the first
Oh wait,
time.
that was
Okay.
a joke. I just believed that too. That was so stupid.
So maybe you should be teased for being gullible. Well, listen, I'll tell you what I get teased for. I have always walked with my feet sort of pointed outwards, which I don't know. I think my knees, something's messed up down there. My knees are bent inwards. My feet go out. But I'll have to say, once I got to Juilliard and I started looking around at all the dancers, they all walk that way. So you know what? Maybe people shouldn't be teasing me about that after all. Let's go to the next question. This is going great so far. What is your favorite food, and you can choose either to cook or to eat? And this time, Kiesse will go first.
My favorite food to cook is probably a mushroom omelet. Yeah.
Nice. What kind of mushrooms are we talking about?
I'm not a mushroom connoisseur. I don't know. I just take the mushrooms that my parents buy from the grocery store. They're like the brown ones, I think. Or at least they look brown. I don't know.
Right, like maybe those baby Bellas.
Like the poisonous ones? I got you.
Hey, now. Alyssa, what about you? What do you like to cook or eat?
I can't cook, but I like eating cake.
Fair enough.
You know.
Cake? That's
Cake
good.
is really good.
That's good. Okay, well, you should learn how to bake your own cakes, and then you can have your cake and eat it too. Thank you very much. I'll be here all night. I understand that you both have a prized possession nearby, something for show and tell. Alyssa, what do you got?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I have this. Okay, I'm sorry. This is weird, but I have this like Itachi doll, right? It's from this anime, Naruto. It's my favorite anime, and this just character just means so much. Just so good.
Oh, what can you tell us like one thing about the character that makes it so awesome?
Oh, right. Okay, so I'm like fangirling right now. Okay, so you see these eyes right here? Ooh,
Yeah.
these eyes. So they're red.
Ooh.
It's called Sharingan, right? And it's
Right.
right. And it's just this like amazing power that's like really cool that like hypnotizes people and just like kills people. So it's just cool. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
Wait, no, not kill. Wait, this is trigger warning. I'm not talking to kill. I just like cool, you know?
Right. This is family programming, right? Yeah. So it's mostly the hypnotizing power is the main thing.
Right.
That's the main one. Okay. What do you have for show and tell, Kiesse?
Mine is significantly less cool. I have this book.
Yeah.
It's called D'Aulaire's Book of Greek Myths. So I'm a huge classics nerd, and I take Latin at school. It's like this whole thing. So there's sort of like this activity called 𝘗𝘠𝐿, and it's like Latin quiz bowl, and there's different specialties, and I'm a myth specialist because ever since I was little, I've been reading this book, D'Aulaire's Book of Greek Myths, and it has sort of like all the basic Greek myths, and I know a lot more myth now, but I still like looking back on this and being like, wow, this is what got me into myth in the first place. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. You are speaking here to a 4-time National Latin Exam gold medalist. Snaps for that. Thank you. We are kindred spirits, I think, because classics are near and dear to my heart. Finally, I'm going to ask you both, could you share a silver lining, something that's actually been a positive throughout this pandemic time? And you're up first, Kiesse.
Positive. So, because normally I go to boarding school, obviously, but I've had the chance because of the pandemic to sort of spend the most of the winter term at home, which isn't something I've actually been able to do since like the 8th grade, so nearly 3 years ago. So yeah, this is like the most time I've been able to spend with my family in a really, really long time. So yeah.
That's beautiful. And how about you, Alyssa?
I mean, sleeping. I'm sorry. You know, sleeping's been the best part, you know?
I appreciate your honesty. I have a feeling that there are a lot of people who might share that, unless like the stress and anxiety has just been so bad that you haven't been able to fall asleep. In which case, we see you, we hear you, and I've been there too.
Right.
And yeah, but nice, good for. Hey, if you can sleep and get that extra, 9, 10, 11 hours. I don't know what we're talking about here, but go for it if you can. Thank you both for this excellent and enlightening lightning round. And now it's time for some more music. Listen, every piano celebration needs a little list. We already got that, but now we also need some Chopin.
Oh.
And that's what we have next. Alyssa, what are you going to play?
I want to play 𝘗𝘬𝘳 by Chopin from Opus 25.
Well, when you're ready, you can take it from the top. up for Alyssa Gabrilovich. Fantastic 15-year-old pianist coming to us from her home in Villanova. If you're just joining us this evening, I'm your host, Peter Dugan, and it's piano night here at From the Top. In addition to Alyssa's beautiful music, we've also heard from Kiesse Nanor coming to us from Maryland. Two fantastic recent alums, 15 and 16 years old. Just amazing stuff. I want to encourage all of you, if you're enjoying the program so far, to consider making a donation to our efforts. We are an independent nonprofit organization, and your generosity makes it possible for us to do what we do. So thank you so much for that. And now I think it's time for our game. I hinted at this earlier, but let's first bring on Kiesse again. Hello, Kiesse. Welcome back. And it's time now, as I was just saying, for the game. I teased this a little bit earlier. It's going to be a Valentine's theme because Valentine's Day is coming up, and that's why I'm wearing the red sweater, yada, yada. So here's the way this game is going to work. I'm going to start with a little warm-up. This is a simple multiple choice. And then after that, we're going to go into our two truths and a lie. But here's our warm-up question, and we want all of you at home to put your best guess in the chat section. Okay, the question is, who established the first Valentine's box of chocolates? And the possible answers are Hershey's, Cadbury, or Nestle. Hershey's, Cadbury, or Nestle. What do you think? Tell us in the chat, and we're going to have Alyssa guess first.
I've never heard of the other things, so I'm just going to say Hershey's.
You've never heard of the other two?
Wait, Nestle?
Nestle, Cadbury, or Hershey's? Oh no, Hershey's is a fine guess. Is that that was your guess,
yeah.
Hershey's?
Yeah, Hershey. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hershey's was your... Are you fooling me? Okay, Hershey's was your guess. What's your guess? Kiesse, what's your guess?
Cadbury? I really don't know.
Cadbury is correct. Cadbury goes way back. The first Valentine's box of chocolates was 1868. Now we're getting into the next portion, the main portion of the game, which is two truths and a lie. And the way this works is it all has to do with people who maybe go a little over the top on Valentine's Day. You know what I'm talking about? Like one rose is nice, but sometimes it's like a lot. So we're going to be looking at the three big ones: chocolates, flowers, and diamonds. And for each of these categories, I'm going to say two truths and a lie, and you have to tell me which is the thing that I made up. So for chocolate, I'm going to say three massive creations made out of chocolate. All right, which of these is not true? The first one, a chocolate train. And I'm talking about over 100 feet long, so longer than like a typical Amtrak train car, all made out of chocolate. All right, the next thing, a chocolate wedding gown, actually designed to be worn, made out of white chocolate, of course. And the third thing, just a giant chocolate truffle, like the same kind of thing that you expect to see this size, only this one is literally a ton. It weighs a ton. So which of those is not real? And Kiesse, you go first.
The train is not real.
The train. Okay, how about you, Alyssa?
I'm trying to use my detective skills. I'm gonna say the truffle.
Actually, those are both real. The wedding dress I made up. No one has ever, to the best of my knowledge, worn an edible white chocolate wedding gown. Okay, we're on to the next category, which is flowers. Now, in this case, it's, again, three creations made out of flowers. Which of these is not real? The first one, a life-size castle made of flowers. The second one, a life-size airplane made of flowers. And finally, a life-size submarine made out of, you guessed it, seaweed. Which of those is not real? And don't forget to put your guesses in the chat section for all of you watching at home. Alyssa, you go first this time.
Wait, did you say seaweed?
Seaweed, yes. It's sort of like the underwater of flowers, but yeah, submarine made, because it's a submarine.
Oh, I can go. Okay, so
yeah. So there was the castle, the airplane, and the submarine.
The airplane.
Okay. Kiesse?
The castle.
Wow, stumped you again. The correct answer was submarine made out of seaweed. I made that one up. The other two actually are real. If you check out the Guinness Book of World Records, you can find all of these amazing things. Like the one was actually, I think the airplane was a part of a promotion by Emirates, the airline, to show off the. Anyway, okay.
It wouldn't have like actually flown though, right?
It didn't actually fly. Do you think was I implying that it actually could fly?
I don't know. I mean, with the wedding dress, you said like made to be worn, so I wasn't sure. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty tricky when I ask these questions, and I'm sorry about that. But you're right. It was just like more of a sculpture, a floral sculpture than anything else. Same thing with the castle. I don't think you could actually go inside and do castle things in there, like get in duels and knight people. One day you could, with flowers, sword flowers. Okay, finally, diamonds. Now, in this case, these are 3 objects that were made not entirely 100% of diamonds, but using, in each case, 1,000 diamonds. Okay, so one of them is not real. Is it a piano that was made using 1,000 little diamonds? Instead of white and black keys, this piano has black keys that each one is actually embedded with diamonds. Or a guitar that has, again, 1,000 diamonds all around, like the fretboard and the body. Or a tennis racket made with over 1,000 diamonds, including on the sort of netting itself of the racket, a design of a tennis ball completely made out of diamonds. Which of these is not real? The piano, the guitar, or the racket? And Kiesse, you go first.
I feel like this is a lot of pressure because if I get it wrong, then I will have gotten 3 wrong. The racket.
The racket? Alyssa.
It's like psychology class. Like I'm trying to maybe like the guitar, maybe the piano, the guitar.
The guitar? You guys, it was the piano. This was a really hard game tonight, and I'm sorry about that. Folks at home, I hope you enjoyed. Maybe some of you got more right answers than these two, but remember, it's just fun. It's not about being competitive here. It's just about having fun. Yes, the piano I made that up because if you think about it, if you had diamonds on the black keys, that could become a health situation. You know, if you scrape your finger on the diamond keys, that could hurt. Well, thank you so much for participating. Let's get on with what really matters, which is the music. We have 2 more pieces, one from each of you. It's been a really nice night. As a pianist myself, I've been enjoying the progression from, we started with Rameau, and then we went through to Mendelssohn, and then we had Liszt and Chopin. We're kind of making our way into the more modern era. And so we're going to end with pieces by Carl Vine, the great Australian composer, and then, of course, Samuel Barber. So why don't you tell us what we're going to hear? I think you're up first, right, Alyssa?
Oh, yeah, I think so. So I'm going to play, so Carl Vine made 5 bagatelles, like a set, and I'm going to play number 5, which is called like the Trinity for the innocent victims. So, yeah.
Right. And what about the Barber that you're going to play, Kiesse?
So Samuel Barber has this set of 4 pieces called his excursions, and I'll be playing the number 1 and the number 3. I don't tend to like contemporary music that much, but I really do like these pieces. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, both of these composers are just giants, of course, and great writers for the piano specifically. They both really know how to bring out the best of the colors of the piano. So I'm really looking forward to hearing these 2 pieces. Before you jump into it, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. It's been so nice to have you with us for this evening. And most importantly, a big, big thank you to Alyssa and Kiesse. You two have been phenomenal, and I've really enjoyed our time together. So now let's dive into some Carl Vine. Take it away, Alyssa. Give it up for Kiesse Nanor and Alyssa Gabrilovich. Thank you so much for spending this evening with us. I'm Peter Dugan. Everyone have a great night.